Hey there, Wendy here with Jazzydoodledesigns, and today we're going to take a look at the Stabilo .88 Fineliners. So let's start with the unboxing and we'll go from there. Okay, let's open this up. I'm not sure why Amazon always ships things in these stupid bags, but let's take a look. At the 65 Fineliners, this is the Stabilo 88. They come in this cardboard box, as you can see. Not that great a packaging, because they just kind of fall down in there. Okay, so let's take a look at the pen. So this is a hexagonal, I guess that's how you say it, pen. So the nice thing is it doesn't roll. However, it's not quite as comfortable in the hand as maybe other designs for me personally. Now, do I find it uncomfortable, like I don't want to write with it? Not really, especially given that these Fineliners we're only going to be using for a short period of time. I guess if you were going to be using them for an entire mandala, it might be something to consider. But they do have a matching end on the cap and the bottom of the pen. It says art number 88/51 with this barcode. Now this 51 is an original number, so other pens, let me just grab one. So this one is art number 88/59. So it does have different numbers. Now, of course, I gave them my own numbers and put them in a color family order, and we'll take a look at that when I do the palette. But as far as the pens go, they are a nice metal tip holding water-based ink. All of the Fineliners that I'm reviewing are water-based ink. Now, this one says that it has a 24-hour, while I wouldn't go so far as to say guarantee, but they do state that you can leave the cap off for up to 24 hours and still have it right. So that is kind of nice, especially if you're working, you know, that you can leave it out while you're working and then you can match your ends. I do like that the caps do park on the base, so that is nice also, and it becomes just a part of the pen. So those are all really nice things. I did not feel like this tip was mushy or fraying or anything like that when I was using it. The caps fit securely without being too difficult to pull on or to take off. Now, one thing I'll also note with these is that you can buy these in, let me show you this. This is the Stabilo 68. It comes in this nice, I think they call it a wallet, but you push the button here and this will pull off. With the button not pushed, this does not come off. So you push the button, it pops off, and then this opens up. If you, you know me and the packaging, to hold this 20-piece set. Now, they're very similar in shape. Now this one just says Stabilo 68. It also has 68/51, and this is 51. So the caps match. Let's see if the markers match. But I will point out that it is a thicker tip. So let me grab a little piece of paper here, and I'll zoom you in. So this is the mark with the 68, and this is the mark with the Fineliner. So I do feel like the colors are the same, but you can see the difference between the Fineliner and the more thick marker. So these 68 would be good for bigger areas. And I have literally had this set for years. I don't know how many years, but it's been a number of years. I do like that they don't wiggle a lot here. So you can open them up, you can lay them out, fold them up, put your lid back on, and it's a perfect little travel set. So what's nice is I could pick out 20 markers of my favorite because they are the exact same size as these in terms of the barrel. And we could, you know, I could travel with these. Okay, so I put these in, I guess what they call numerical order. It starts with 11, and then here I have 88/024 and 88/24. As you can see, they don't really go in color family order at all by number. So I guess I will kind of put them in an order, but I just wanted to show you this before I get to the swatching part. So I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, I'm back. I've put these in color family order. I'll zoom in just a little more for you. So I must say, these are very smooth writing pens. I really enjoyed working with them. There's less pens here than in some of the others. We only have 65, and the last 6 are neons. So when I was talking about how there was like a /24 and a /024, that is because this one is 24 and this one is /024. So the neons all have 3 digits, 0 to 5 or whatever it is. So those I put down here. But overall, I think the palette is decent, especially for 65. So let's get into some of the other parts of the review. Okay, so these are the Stabilo 88/65 pen set. So as far as packaging, you know, it's not awful. This could be fixed. I was less impressed with how they sit inside than I am like something like, you know, this little rip here or something, because those kind of things could be taped, I guess. But I don't think we gave the box a 4. We gave the first one a 0. I think I'm going to settle for maybe a 2. They package it in a flimsy envelope, and then it goes into this cardboard box with this is what separates the 2 rows. There isn't like a little tray type of thing to keep the pens separated. So that's why I'm giving it a 2. Okay, price per pen, these were $50.70, and so that makes them 78 cents a pen. And quite honestly, places like Dick Blick and Michael's and things like that, they are more expensive. So definitely took some hits on the price. So we're going to give them 2 for price. Number available, the biggest set I saw was 65. So that's fair. It's not as good as 100, but I'm going to give it 4 stars because I think 65 is pretty good. Open stock, yes, you can get these open stock, and you can get them, at least in the United States, readily available at Michael's. Maybe Hobby Lobby. I didn't check, to be fair. But, so they're going to get 5 stars for that. So let's talk about, does the barrel match the swatch? Okay, so I reached in, I literally grabbed at random. So this is number 34. I think that's actually pretty close. 42. It's not awful, not great. Let me zoom in a little bit more so you can decide. $26. Once again, I mean, it's fair. Not great, but fair. Number 5. Does it look more like this one or more like this one? Personally, I feel like if I grabbed this, I would be thinking it would be more this color than this one. Purple. 23. To me, this looks bluer than this one. But it definitely, I wouldn't think it would be this one. But I would think it would be a little, like if I looked at this cap, I would think it would be a little darker than this one. But to me, this looks blue. It looks like an ultramarine blue, not a purple. So I don't think they match quite as nicely as some of the others, but they definitely aren't awful. Okay, I got you zoomed out. I went and looked at where I placed the other ones because I want to be fair. I don't think these are quite as good as the other ones. The other ones I gave a 4, and then the first ones I gave a 5. So we're going to give these a 3. So let's talk about bleed through. I gotta say, well, let's talk about one thing at a time, Wendy. I can't see it at all on the cardstock. When I did the swatching, you can see where I was kind of playing around here. You can see how it's kind of ghosted through. And these ghosted through here. I definitely didn't have any bleed through, but it ghosted through. And I think that's pretty typical of these. But I want to emphasize to those that are watching, especially if you're new to my channel, this is see-through copy paper. You can literally see through the paper. That's how cheap it is. So if I was in, even an Amazon book, I don't think that we would have bleed through. Okay, so just for fun, let's take our light green here and we're going to color in our little bush. And then I'm going to take a darker color. Let's go for the dark blue, and we'll color in this little flower pot. And let's take a look. So, let me zoom. Get you in camera. So, it ghosted a little bit with the dark. It didn't, I mean, barely ghosted with the green. So, what I would say is if you were using these over your colored pencil, let's try that. Let me make sure I'm telling you the correctly. So this is just Prismacolor. Just doing some block coloring. And let's say I went in now and I added some highlights. And then just some little flicks of blue, just to add details, because this is how I see myself using fine liners. Might not be the way you do, but you definitely, get you in camera, you really don't see it. There's just ever so slightly with the dark blue. So I would be very careful with your dark colors. If you're using really dark colors like these, I would be careful in one-sided books. But I think on this kind of paper, I feel is pretty similar to what you would see in Marie Trolley and Hannah Carlson, Joanna Basford, Kirby Roseanne's. This paper, I think, could handle it. So that's my opinion on that. So as far as bleed through, I'm going to give them 4 stars. That's what I gave the other ones, and I feel like they're all very similar in terms of bleed through. I think the palette was good. We'll give them all 5 stars. Let's talk about our pencil itself, our pen, as far as the look. On the cap, there is a little swan up here, embossed. It's a hexagonal barrel. It does have a number, though, you know, it's pretty small, but it does have one. I can actually say to you, pencil 41, and you can literally go find the exact same pen that I'm talking about. So I have to give it up there. They are comfortable in my hand, though I feel like it's a personal choice if you like this shape of barrel or not. But I do like that, you know, it's an attractive pen. So I'm going to give it 4 stars. I'm not giving it the full 5 because it doesn't have a name. So I'm going to ding 1 for that. You know, I don't think anybody's going to be using these on black, so I don't know that this is an issue, but you can definitely see, well, I can see the colors on the black. Smooth lay down. I mean, of the pens I've worked with, I think this is the smoothest one. So I'm going to give it 5 stars. There wasn't a single pen that I felt was scratchy or dry. Let's look at water solubility. Find my water pen. So they are not water fast, so we will leave that 0. Let's talk about dry time. I'm going to pick some different colors. Absolutely no smearing at all immediately. So I feel like the dry time is good. Off camera, I put some colored pencil down. I feel like they go over the colored pencil very well. Absolutely no problems with that. So we'll give them 5 stars. You know, pencil appearance and feel. I dinged them for not having a name, but really, I'm not going to ding them because here's where the color name and number is. And our other pencils have gotten no stars for this because they didn't have numbers or names. So I'm going to give them 3 because they do have a number. So I don't really have anything in particular to note about these. I feel like the caps weren't unusually hard to take on or put off. I didn't feel like any of them were too loose. The barrel feels good. They're a nice looking pen. So I don't really have anything in particular that I feel like we need to note there. So we have 2, 4, 8, 13, 18, 13, 16, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48. So this has been our highest scoring of our 3 pens that I've tested. Would I recommend these? Yes, I would. I would recommend these. I know they're pricier, but these are definitely nice pens, and I'm happy to have them. So I have two more Fineliner reviews to go. I'm going to be reviewing the Arteza Iconic set and the Tri-Plus, the Staedtler Tri-Plus, which I believe are kind of the industry king right now, so to speak. So I'm going to let you know my opinion. I'm going to review each of them independently of each other, and then I will do a summary video in which I chat about who I would recommend each set for, if I would recommend them at all. So as always, I appreciate you watching my videos, and we only got a couple more to go, and then I'll be done with the Fineliners and back to other things. So I appreciate your indulgence, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you for watching another video from Jazzydoodledesigns. If you enjoy adult coloring content, please consider subscribing. You can now find me on Instagram and Facebook as well. I welcome all comments and suggestions. Don't forget to like the video before you go. And until next time, take care.